How can it be 70 degrees one day and then, because it's really cold out here. We live in Texas. That's all I can say. It's too cold to talk. The words just came out. Except for it's really cold. All right, I think that's it. Ooh, that was good. I really like that, man.
Ooh, good try.
Yeah, can't believe it.
Oh my gosh, you have teeth or something in there.
All right, I want to welcome you to this episode of BTR Outdoors. And on this episode, we're going to talk about the 3 most common bobber stops. And here they are. Okay, these are the 3 common types of bobber stops that I use. The first one is going to be the slip knot bobber stop. It's just a piece of thread around a hollow tube. This even comes with its own beads. The second one is going to be the rubber or egg type bobber stops. And they're connected to a little wire. And the third is, this package says a slip float bobber stop. Sometimes you hear them as a 4-hole bobber stop, but this is actually a 3-hole bobber stop. And all 3 of these are pretty common. With the slip knot bobber stop right here, it's probably the most common out of all of them. But you can find these at any kind of tackle shop. I got most of these at Walmart and Academy. And then also we have some beads, different sizes of beads, and that all depends on what type of bobbers or floats you're using, if they're smaller or if they're larger. On this episode, I'm going to show you how to use them, how to rig them, which one is my favorite, and which one I really don't care about. So stay tuned and let's get going. Okay, we'll start with the most common one. It's going to be the slip knot bobber stop. What you're going to do is take the end of your fishing line. And this is kind of a bigger fishing line because I'm hoping you can see it. You're going to take the bobber stop and just run your line through the hollow tube. Okay, it's going to look just like that. Now what you're going to do is you're going to slide that thread off the tube onto your fishing line. Alright, sometimes it's easier when you don't have a camera pointing at it and you can just, there it goes. Right, pull it off just like that. Now this little tube has a slot on it. I don't know if you can see it. So you can just take it right off the line, or you can just slide it off the line. That's your choice. Okay, so now you got it looking like this. What you're going to do is take each side of the strings and just pull tight. And that's going to create your bobber stop. And then what you're going to do, come in here and just snip these off. Cool thing about this is you can move it. So you can change the depth of your bobber. So next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your little small bead, so I know it's hard to see, run your line through it. Okay, and this bobber stop actually stops this bead from going any further. And the bead is what stops your bobber. So then you would run your line through your bobber. Okay, your bobber hits the bead hits the bobber stop, and they don't go any further than that. And like I said, you can set the depth on this however you want. That's the most common bobber stop, and that's going to be your slip knot bobber stop. Then of course you would tie your lure hook at the end of this. Okay, our next style is going to be a rubber or egg stop bobber. Let's see if we can get a close up and see what those look like. It's a little rubber egg connected to a wire, and at the end of the wire is a little loop. All right, so how you put these on is you got your line, and you're going to run it through the little loop above the see if I can get that. Okay, looks just like that. Run it through that little loop. Then what you're going to do is put your fingers behind the little rubber egg and just pull. Slide it over that wire loop onto your line, and there you go. These are actually probably the simplest to use. And the good thing about these is they're adjustable. So you can adjust the depth. And then just like the other ones, you're going to go ahead and put on your bead. Okay, the bead, the rubber stopper doesn't let the bead go past. And then you would hook up the bobber. When you're lined through the bobber, all right, so look just like that. As you see, it can't go past it. And you can adjust it to whatever depth you want. And they do have to be small so you can reel them through the eyes of your rod and onto your reel. And we will give demonstrations of those. But this is the rubber or egg bobber stop. Oh, and just a little side note. They come in 3 different sizes, usually small, medium, and large. The small rubber stop is 2 to 4 pounds line. Your medium rubber bobber stop is 4 to 8 pounds line. And then you got your large, which these are large, and they can handle 8 to 12 pound test line. But my Walmart only had the large, so that's what I had to get. But there you go. Okay, the last one I'm going to show you is the 3-hole bobber stop. This is also one that's also called a slip float bobber stop. It's a little piece of plastic, has 3 holes in it. Your most common one is the 4-hole bobber stop. But around here, this is about all I can get. And it comes out a little plastic piece with 3 holes in it and some beads. And so, let me show you how this one works. So, I have used these maybe a few times, and here's the reason why I don't use them all that much is they are super tiny, and I have big hands. So to even pick it up, as you can see, it's tiny. So what you're going to do is you're going to take it. First hole, you're going to come up from underneath. Run it through. This is tiny. Okay. Then the middle hole, you're going to go down from the top, go through that one, and then from the bottom, you go up your 3rd hole. I don't know if you can see that, but that's what it's going to look like. And just like all of them, it's adjustable. And then you'd go ahead and put your bead, but let me show you this right. That diagram kind of shows you exactly how to do it if you couldn't see it because of my big fingers. All right, then you would take your, just like the other ones, take your beads, run it on there, and then your bobber. I had to switch fishing line because the other one was too thick, it wouldn't go through there. That's how it goes. And like I said, it's adjustable. So you can move it whatever depth you need, and small enough to reel up on a reel and go through the eye of your rod. And there you go. Like I said, this one is not my favorite. This one actually stated that it goes through, it's for a 12 to 30 pound line. Maybe braid would fit through there. I had a 25 pound and it wouldn't go through of mono. So you might keep that in mind. Like I said, I don't use these very much. They're a lot harder to put on and they're so tiny. Like I said in the video, the bobber stops have to be big enough to stop your bobber, but also small enough to smoothly go through the eye of a fishing pole or to be reeled up and be able to cast back out. So these next couple of videos is just a demonstration of how that works. And I'm also going to use 3 different reels to show you that this can be used with any kind of fishing setup. I want to thank you for watching BTR Outdoors. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button. If you've been following me for the last couple of years, I just want to say thank you very much. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers. It's just right around the corner. I know we're going to get it this year. So I just want to say thank you. And until next time, we'll catch you later.